Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends, and a great experiment here for Ustream TV and my own streaming channel is to do a live show on YouTube and Facebook. And of course there are certain rules. There's no rules on Ustream, as you members will know. It's okay. We've made sure there's going to be no gremlins at all tonight doing live television. It does make your bottom rather grip the seat. My little balloon knot now is making chocolate buttons on this. If I stood up now, this would come with me. But we've done everything. We know there are rules. We don't have rules on a streaming channel. We edit ourselves. But when you're live to the nation like this, there are certain rules. And Facebook and YouTube have put certain rules on us, and of course we've had to put in a gizmo. This is artificial intelligence, and we've had to get permission from Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, of what we can do. So we've had to put in a bit of artificial intelligence that any swear words that we say are instantly edited out live. You can edit live. I didn't know that. Did you? I could sit here and make up myself and hope not to any one of the with on as hell as it. Okay, so here we are live by the seat of our pants, and I thought I'd do this tonight to celebrate the Falkland Islands Liberation Day. It's 41 years ago today that freedom came from the sea, and the Falkland Islanders are being governed by the government that they choose to be governed by. I remember all those years ago, pleased to inform Her Majesty that the Union Jack fires alongside the white ensign in Port Stanley. God save the Queen, rest her soul. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. This is not a charity performance. It's just a chance for us, all of us that's watching, to remember some of the guys that fought and gave their lives. 255 people, British people, died in the Falklands, and some Chinese people as well that worked on the ships, the guys from Hong Kong, and of course 3 civilians. If you want to help me help them, perhaps you could go to the Ustream Veterans Fund, and if you text donate to 66777, I'll tell you that again, that's donate, D-O-N-8. if you donate, text donate to 66777 and give as much as you can, and we'll be going to our ejaculator over there later on to tell us how much money is coming in. It's great. We've got some good guests on there. We've got some really funny people, and Bobby Davro's promised to turn up. Miles Crawford, of course, our wonderful, yeah, he's stuck in traffic, of course. He's lucky to be in traffic. Some of us have to walk, but enough of that later. We'll speak about that later. Let's go over and see if there's, in fact, and this is what you can do. You can now do comments as if this is Facebook, and you can do comments as if this is YouTube. And so let's go over now to Vicky Nash, the Nasher bird, and find out what comments we have got so far, right at the start of this show. Vicky.
Hey, yeah. Okay, we've already got tons and tons of comments. And I'm sorry, folks, that there wasn't any sound for the 15 minutes before we started. That was the point. But there were clips of you, Jim, during that time, particularly one in your pants. And my favourite comment thus far is, Jim looks better in lingerie than my missus does. So that's the thing. And Jim's the legend the world needs right now. I think people are voting for you to be Prime Minister, Jim, at this moment.
Vicky, tell me that. Have a look very closely there. Put your bifocals on.
On your lingerie.
Was it legend or legend? Legend. Am I the legend?
Depends who's written it. If I'd written it.
Talking of legends, have you calmed down now, Vicky? She's been very nervous. We've got her in another studio. Actually, she stood next to me and I said, do not look at me, you've got to look at the camera. Go on, let's have a quick look.
I'm totally next to him, and it's really off-putting because I know he's there and having to look directly at you people.
Baby, I'm always there. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen,
Evening,
all you members know this guy. He's one of our family. Please welcome the great legend himself, Bobby Davro.
It's right, it's me, the only one that ain't been arrested.
Here he goes.
Well, I could be you again, couldn't I? All right then, welcome to the show that never ends. And you're not cut out for this.
He does a great impression of me. You've seen his act, of course.
We share the jokes now.
Yeah, we do share the jokes.
But now it's live, so we're going to have a competition, aren't we? We're going to have a competition.
Do you know what though?
What?
Because you're an impressionist, really, aren't you?
Well, sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you impressed me. Is this yours?
Yeah, that's
Good.
fine.
Thank you. It's just for my throat irritation, of course.
I actually haven't touched a drop of alcohol for 35 days, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, it's not consecutively. That's a 25-year period, that is. But I'm enjoying your wine.
Well, this is
This is live, so we can do what we like. And I'm thinking, actually, what was the worst experience you had ever of doing a live show? Because you've done millions of them.
I followed through.
What?
I folled through.
You followed through?
Yeah.
Really? What, when you did a live TV show?
No, just then when I went. I actually did once. I did follow through on stage while dressed as a Bay City roller.
Really? That's
in
nice.
pantomime.
In white trousers.
In white trousers.
Yeah.
Well, they was white from the front. From the back, I looked like Andy McNabb in his sniper outfit.
I can
Do you
imagine.
know where it was? I did the. You do panto, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I had to wear this awful Bay City roller outfit. And I got very friendly with Roy Wood.
Yeah.
Up in Birmingham.
That's
and
right.
Roy Wood used to.
Wizard?
Yeah, from Wizard.
Yeah.
And he used to drink a bit. He drinks a bit, Roy. And he said, "Come on, we're going out drinking." I said, "The pub's all shut at 11. Oh, no, an Indian restaurant." And so we'd go in this Indian restaurant, the man would come up, "You wanting a cup of tea?" I said, "No, Roy said, it is in the teapot.
Oh,
it's in
lovely.
the blue nun in teapot."
In Dibard.
Yeah, so all that curry and all that blue nun had a terrible effect, and I went on stage as a Bay City roller. And you know, live TV or live show, never trust a fart. And I just coughed. Oh,
That's unbelievable, because they were from Scotland, weren't they? So what was the tartan?
it was, I don't know, the brown tartan.
No,
think.
I thought you were going to say, no, I don't know what she was wearing. I think it was a dress.
Ah,
It's a very old gag, that one.
very old gags. We go through a lot of old gags.
A lot of old gags.
I got a tartan shirt, tartan jacket, and last week I
Small checks.
got a tartan trouble.
A tartan trouble, yeah. That's a good one. Small checks.
When did we all evolve from just telling jokes
I don't know.
to being? I think we took a leaf out of the Young Guys book, and the Young Guys took a leaf out of the Americans book. And
Well,
they-
you're more conversational than I am. I'm very much a gag man.
well, you're like a
Thief
you're-
of bad gags, I am. That's what I am.
He was
Thief of bad
burgled once, you know, and the police came in. They found him bound and gagged, and they put a statement out that it wasn't his own gag. but Robin Williams was your favourite.
Okay, yeah, I used to love Robin
Yeah,
Williams.
That's the most
Wow.
uncanny impression.
And it's a
I've
bit
ever
scary,
seen.
isn't it? I can do Kenneth Williams as well. No, no, Robin Williams was one of my heroes. I love Robin Williams. And you met him, didn't you? I met him as well. I met him once.
I met him with my favourite comedian called Sam Kinison. Sam is
Brilliant.
the screamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to come on and scream and moan at people. He was just ranted. He was quite good.
But my impression of Robin Williams was one of my favourites because somehow, whenever I do a Robin, because it speaks like that.
Come on, do us a bit. Come on.
Okay, hello everybody, it's me, Robin Williams. Whoa, don't be frightened. Down, Mr. Happy. I used to
You know,
love
I
him.
feel myself doing it.
I know
I'm doing
you
this
can't
with
help
him.
it, can you? And that was one that I loved doing because I sort of became him. It was one of
You
those
did
special
become him.
impressions.
Do you
Yeah.
feel you are him when
It's
you do
only when I do
impressions?
certain impressions. You know, I used to love doing words of comedy. That was my cup of tea and slice of cake. I used to do ones that I
Could
loved.
you picture yourself as
Yeah,
him?
yeah. So when I do Captain Jack Sparrow, for instance, I'll sort of become Captain Jack. So certain impressions I love.
The
Ozzy
difference is
Osbourne.
for me, if I do an impression,
Yeah.
I think I really look like him. I look nothing like him. I look like me doing an impression where you
But
actually,
you're a good mimic. You're,
I'm a
don't put
mimic,
yourself
he's different,
down.
but you got the facial mannerisms.
Sometimes they suit
Yarwood
other
was
people.
good. Who was your favourite?
My favourite, well, I suppose Mike Yarwood was one of my heroes. He was a great impressionist.
Keep talking.
I would never have said that he was the best mimic. Somebody like Danny Postill or Alistair McGowan, I would put them as great mimics.
Really?
But Yarwood was a fantastic impressionist, and impressions were about sort of over-exaggerating. When I used to do people like Max Headroom and Alex Higgins. Do you remember what Alex Higgins said? When I used to do Alex, you know, I really liked doing Alex because, yes, and he'd come up with the cigarettes, you know. And I used to love doing those impressions. And I was very much...
I met him, Big Break, first series of Big Break, we were all nervous
Yeah.
whether it was going to work. And John Virgo said, I've invited Alex Higgins, he's going to come on. And we were up in Elstree. It was absolutely freezing. And there was snow on the ground. We couldn't get our cars down. Alex sniffed us a road.
Sniffed you a road.
He said, no, I'm joking. But he came in and he go on,
All right, babe, I want
and I said,
my baby.
Alex, hello. He didn't know who I was, I don't think.
He didn't know anyone who
No.
was at the
And
end.
I said, would you like a drink? No, I can't do the No, I'm not drinking. I said, go on. He went, okay. I'll have 3 bottles of champagne.
Yeah, oh my God.
That's exactly like that, from nothing.
I thought he was fantastic. I bought his wedding ring, funny enough.
Did you really?
Yeah, I bought it as a charity. I was very pissed. I was with my old dad. And I bought this wedding ring, it was for children with leukemia or something. That was back when I was earning some money.
Why was he selling his wedding ring?
He was pissed. He was pissed. And I had this thing. I thought it was going to be diamond encrusted, and it was one of those sort of like Russian ones that go sort of like they're like a
funny thing.
Yeah, like a funny.
Yeah, invade Ukraine.
And I had it on. I thought it'd be good luck, bring me good luck. And I was sitting on an aeroplane with Elton Wellesby, the sports presenter, flying up to Manchester, and Alex came on. It was only about a week afterwards, and he spotted me. We tried to duck down, and he spotted me and went, "Can I have my ring back?" And I was taking it off like this. He was great, wasn't he? He was one of the greatest snooker players. He made snooker.
So, here's the thing. I'm a comic, you're an impressionist that is a comic. I'm a, you know what they used to call me when I did the old stag shows ages ago? This bloke, his name was Barry Williams.
Barry Williams,
Big Barry
he was
Williams,
a great
scruffy.
compere.
Yeah, he was.
I think he moved down to Bristol.
I don't know what happened.
He was
to
a
him.
great compere.
I was a bit scared of him, to be honest.
Yeah, he was quite.
Yeah, he wasn't shy, was he?
No, he was a big
And
fella.
he said,
Great
"I'm going to
compere.
introduce you to someone now, gentlemen. He's what we call a dialect comic."
Oh, you were dialect?
Yeah.
Not a Dalek?
No, a dialect, which
Dialect.
means that I did jokes with people's
Yeah.
accents
Yeah.
in them and
Fair
things
play.
like that. And so I could do accents, but they were just part of the joke. When you realised you was a great mimic and you could copy people,
Yeah.
you then had to be funny.
Yeah, well,
That's
that's
the
why I love
trick.
gags. See, I'm an encyclopedia of jokes, as you know.
Yeah, I know you are.
I mean, there was a time when you first came out. I had a bootleg version of you at Blazers nightclub in Windsor.
Yeah.
I was basically doing your act. I was out there doing all the same jokes.
Oh,
And
well,
now
I was
it's-
doing Jimmy Jones's
I
act.
know.
We're all doing
All
each other's
hand-me-downs.
acts.
And the
That's what
funny
you
thing
do.
is that now we share the jokes.
Yeah.
We do share the jokes, and I don't mind that because it's only fair, isn't it?
There are some great jokes.
I
And
love
sometimes
gags.
on stage, when I just go gobbing off, I say, I want to tell you a couple of jokes now. And just tell some jokes.
But you remember, and I do as well, you remember where you get the jokes from. And that's always very important because
Well, I had
sometimes...
to, because we worked together so often. There'd be 4 comedians on the bill, so you couldn't go on and do everyone's act. You think,
No.
oh shit, he's on the
Well,
bill.
when
and
we
I
went and did
can't
Southsea,
do that one.
we did Southsea the other day, and I think the same joke was told about 3 times.
Yeah. The
Fortunately,
mother, that one you told
the
me.
one mother, yeah, I love that. Tell that story, right? I told her this joke, and she was actually told to me by Sam Kane, Linda Lusardi's husband, and he told me
He's
this
a
joke.
lovely man,
He's a
isn't
good
he?
fella, and he told me this joke, and I went out and did it, and then I told you it, and you phoned me up about a week later and said, "Come and see what I've done in your joke." So I go along to Croydon at the Festival Hall with a girl that I was going out with at the time, just shortly after my marriage.
She wasn't a girl.
Yeah, well,
she was nearly dead.
She was
Old
a
age
mature
pensioner
woman.
looking.
She was knocking on a bit. I said to her once, I said, "Let's go upstairs and have
with
a
a glass
shag."
eye.
That's
She had the
one.
glass eye.
And she was a bit old for me. I said,
And the
"Let's go
false
upstairs."
teeth.
That's the one. And she said, "Let's go upstairs and have a shag." And she said to me, she said, "I can't do both." Anyway, I brought her along, and the gag you told, and he what he did, well, he put so much in it, fillers, I call them fillers.
Yeah.
And that is my favourite joke about her having the, I'll let you do it because the
I can't do it here. I
squirting
can't
thing.
do it.
You
We're
that?
live.
All right.
Well, no, it's just no. I can't. No. You'll have to watch this on Ustream. I can't do this.
Anyway, he did this
Hang on a
gag.
minute. Let me try it.
Right, just try it.
Don't forget we've got the
All right.
artificial intelligence. So this woman, she's got the itch you've ever seen, and ass, and she,
leg.
on it.
That's the one.
And
And you were there, weren't you?
Yeah,
You
it
were
was.
doing-
Yeah, that was it. Sorry, so you have to go onto Ustream to do that.
Let's see the gag. The line is.
What a pair of-
The line is. The
What is
line
it?
is, right? He did this, and she was there, and I was fiddling with the six strings, and all of a sudden she
urged,
and
in me eye, up me nose.
put my bag out. And I laughed so much, and you heard me at the back. I was right at the back as well. You laughed. And the woman, I turned to her, I said, a bit strong, wasn't it? And she went, "Oh, I like Jim Davidson. Disgusting." It's my joke.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Squirrel.
That's a squirrel. Oh, don't. Do you know what? When we used to do Sunday Night Live, when we first kicked off here,
That was bloody funny.
you
wasn't it?
did the thing about the squirrel.
Yeah.
I thought I broke a rib.
Mike Osmond was doing, Donald Trump was doing the urgent skirt, this is great, it's fantastic. And I had the puppet, didn't I?
I thought he was doing Donald Trump.
Was it? Yeah, Donald Trump, that was the one. And he did, and he did Donald Trump, and this is and it's so good, so good. And I got the puppet out, right, and fisted the puppet, King John.
Yeah, but I said, just stick the puppet up. He came up with it. Found the camera.
You got to be able to say. You got to be able to say a certain word. What's the certain word?
Yeah, let me be Trump.
Well, you be Trump then.
I'm gonna teach you. I can only do Frank Bruno. I do Frank Bruno as Trump.
Right.
Yeah. Ha ha. Mr. Kim Jong-un in it.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm gonna give you.
I'm the puppet.
He said, I'm gonna give you a word.
A word he said.
Teach you a word in
So good,
English.
so good.
So good.
What?
So good.
What word? What word?
If
me hand up the puppet.
If you say this word, it's gonna be peace on earth forever.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Piece of piss. Tell me.
The word is
What word?
squirrel.
Oh, piece of piss. Squirrel. 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 Then you say, break it down, break it down.
Break it down.
Square.
Square.
Square. I'm still doing the puppet.
Roll.
Roll. Oh, here we go. Squirrel. You nearly had a heart attack.
I did, and it gets worse. It gets worse.
Bloody funny.
So we go out with Jim O'Gara and everyone afterwards for a Chinese.
Oh, mate, Jim.
And Bob's got a squirrel on his phone. And the waiter come up. You ready to order? And he went, do you have these?
What is it?
I thought if he says squirrel, I'm going to have a heart attack and die. He said, do you have these? No. He must have known.
It's one of them words, isn't it?
What's coming up for you, matey?
I don't know, really. I'm doing gigs here and there.
Where are you doing panto?
I'm not doing a panto this year.
That is the biggest loss to the pantomime world. Because I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, anyone seen Bobby in panto? I thought I was good, but he is just the best. I do not know where you get the energy from to do it. I saw
I'm
you.
younger than you.
Well, yeah, you are. Most people are now. But I saw you in pantomime, and I thought without him, it's all gonna go to.
I do love it. I do one at Easter as well. So.
Yeah, you do all that.
Yeah.
Good.
But now I've been replaced by Philip Schofield. So what can you say?
You've been replaced by Philip Schofield?
Yeah, he's got Aladdin. He's behind you. He's behind you.
With that,
trying to warn you.
let's go over to Vicky Nash. Oi, 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 and see what the comments are like. Over to you for a couple of minutes, Vicky.
It's incredibly positive, actually. Everyone's, Bobby, there's a hell of a lot of love for you. I know you've had a rough time, but everyone is loving the fact that you're back and laughing. So there's a lot of love there. Jim, Dave has asked, I know, just to lower the tone a little bit in what's going on in your life, will you give me your boat so your wife doesn't get it? What are we thinking? Dave, I think I know the answer to that, because I think Jim loves that boat more than life. Are we going to go with no, Jim?
Well, I think the answer to that is that let's go with what we all decide is best for the family. And we've been together a long while. I'm sure Michelle doesn't want a boat, but there you go. I did say to her the other day, do you want to come on my boat? And she said, not anymore, thank you. But, you know, this is personal stuff. Although comedians do talk about personal stuff, but it wouldn't be right. Michelle's watching this now, so...
Serious question, Jim. Mm-hmm. The other day, UK was forced to burn coal on a coal plant that is going to be shut down in the next 2 years because it was so sunny, our solar panels didn't work because of this mad net zero policy that we've adopted. And someone's genuinely asked, if you were Prime Minister, what would you do about this crazy net zero policy that we're adopting when it gets so hot our solar panels don't work and we're having to burn coal? Do you not think it's mental? Well,
there's lots of things going on. You know, the boys, when we're raising money sometimes, we're raising money tonight for the Care After Combat, because this is the anniversary of the surrender of the Argentinian forces in the Falklands. And if you want to donate to that, you can text donate to 66777 to the Ustream charity fund, and we'll make sure that the wonderful Care After Combat get everything that you have been given to us. But the answer to that is we sometimes donate money to the Case of Volunteer Lifeboat. In fact, we've got 2 big films coming out with Bobby's involved. With Bobby and I went up and did a show in Great Yarmouth. It's quite good actually, because it all starts off with making money for the lifeboat, and we get on stage and we're absolutely filthy and people have a great time. And we donated quite a lot of money. But a lot of the guys, when they're not lifeboating and saving people's lives, they go out and repair those windmill things. You know, them sticky up Triffids, the War of the Worlds, they break all the time. They don't produce enough energy. And my thing would be coal, all right, you can't get coal out of the ground when there's no coal in it. Nuclear is the way forward. Why don't we have nuclear power? Because all the students don't want it, all the lefties don't want it. But the way I look at it like this, global warming. Do you remember that here in the rainforests, in the Arctic, if the Earth heats up by 1 degree, could be catastrophic. Be the end of the polar bear. The country of Wales will be underwater. but it's all bollocks. Because when you cook a chicken, have a look on Ustream, Jim's kitchen, 180 degrees for about 1 hour and 20 minutes. If you cook it for 181, makes no fucking difference whatsoever. So much for your 1 degree. So the answer is, if all these young people gluing themselves saying just stop oil because it's ruining the planet, if they're all so clever, let them sort it out when we're dead. So we'll have nice cars, and they can walk around in their sandals and in their tuk-tiks or tic-tacs or whatever, bicycles, and let them sort it out. That's my answer to that. Who else have we got, Vicky? What other comments are we having? Anything on Facebook?
They're just, you would love the Facebook comments because it's all just blowing smoke up your arse. They're not really asking anything, but they're telling you you're fabulous. And so I'm reluctant to tell you how fabulous you are.
Vicky, you're going to tell us something. If you leave a comment, we'll give you a little name check as well. Vicky's not quite got
that. Oh, Nick Challoner. Fantastic to see people laughing. Definitely signing up. Can't believe you're not on mainstream. Hurry up and come back to Great Yarmouth. That's Michael. Melanie. Bobby, you're a legend. Sorry, Jim, that was one for somebody else. I'll be in trouble there. Yeah, but here's one. I know you're a big fan of Boris. I know you like Boris, don't you, Jim?
Is this you saying it or them?
No, it's somebody asking this. Can you sign Boris up for Ustream now he's out of work?
I don't think Boris will ever be out of work because he's a great speaker. And I wouldn't write Boris off. Don't forget, you've heard of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and you've heard of Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Wait till you hear of Johnson, Davidson and Farage. We'll sort this country out, don't you worry about that. Okay, Vicky, keep in touch. I wonder if we can try and find out how many donations have been made for us as well. Maybe you can have a little look at that while I speak to a person you've probably not seen on television before. We have, because we had him, he came along and successfully auditioned in front of all of us, me, Gary Bushell and Miles Crawford, in our hunt for the stars of the future to join Nick Coppin and a lot of famous comedians who are going to put these guys through a masterclass, a comedy. It's called The Laughter Class, and it's going to be filmed later on in the year here on Ustream. And there's one of the guys that successfully made it through, Lee Good.
Great to see you, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Are you good, Lee Good?
Oh,
you didn't get much of a clap, did you?
Yeah, it don't matter.
Lee Good, everybody. Lee Good. Hang on, he's not that good.
No, I'm not.
Fresher, not that
Fresher now.
Listen, I'm in a black country sandwich here, aren't I? I've got Vicky over there and you there. Where are you from, mate?
I'm from Starbridge, West Midlands. Yeah, Wolves fan.
Are you a Wolves fan?
Yeah, for me sins.
I like the old Wolves. They're a good club, aren't they?
Yeah, well, we're on the up, I think. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Just about.
How important is it, football in the Midlands, I mean?
It's very important, just none of the teams are very good. That's the problem. You got the West Brom, Villa, Blues, nobody supports them.
Jasper Carrot does.
Well, yeah, he's him
and Jeff Lynne.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Lynne.
And we haven't missed anyone out.
The three supporters.
Yeah, basically. The main stands are settee. yeah, it's big, but they're just not a very good team. You know, but yeah, I like the football.
So are you looking forward to being on Laughter Class?
Can't wait. It's a priceless experience. It's going to be so much
audition
fun.
was scary, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A big room.
With no audience.
Just you three,
Just
Miles,
But you
Gary.
used to do something. How long since you've been on stage doing stand-up?
Dude, well, yeah, I was in a double act. I mean, 2 double acts. And
What were they called?
there was one called Goody and Nick. Yeah, and the Unlikely Lads. Right. So they were, we just knocked around, did a few holiday parks and stuff. But I've never actually really done any stand-up on my own. It was just some stupid jokes.
Was you ever with the holiday? Did you do the holiday?
Yeah, I was a Pontins Blue Coat.
You weren't, were you?
Pontins Blue Coat, yeah.
Whereabouts?
Prestatyn.
And did you press that in?
Well,
very
quite often. And quite, yeah.
Play back and press that in.
Yeah, just take it to Bangor.
And why did you pack it up? So you then you did the double act, then you stopped.
And then I just lost, I don't know, we just got tired of the travelling, and now I've got a new partner, and she's never seen me do anything. And I went, let's go and do this, because I subscribe to you.
Oh, she's not a comedy partner, she's a proper girl partner.
No, yeah. So
and she didn't know you were a comedian?
Well, she sort of, I tell her, no, I've done a bit of comedy. I don't, you think you're funny. Anyway, so I said, I'm going to go and do this. I've got a book of jokes and stuff that I've never actually used. And I'm going to go down there, and we're going to have a little day out by the sea. See Jim, do what's what. I just have a laugh. And then I got there and saw that big venue, nobody in it. Just like a
Paul Daniels concert, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about this. And that's, you realise then that the old adrenaline's brown.
Do you fancy it again then?
Yeah, I do. I'm looking forward to the Laughter Class.
What are you hoping to get out of the Laughter Class? I mean, seriously, apart from a load of blokes that have been, with respect, more successful than you have been. Yeah, but there's,
much more.
There's so many of the older comics that look to you young guys and say, come on, you can do this, we'll try and give you as well. Jimmy Jones, he's 85, and he's still helpful to everybody. I mean, as helpful as he can be. So we all got the same job. We've all got to take that step onto the stage and make people laugh somehow. You're going to take it up as a profession again?
I don't know, I don't know. I've got no agenda with it. I'm going to go, take the experience, enjoy it, be there with a load of other guys who are funny, and learn some stuff.
Well, you still do. Tell everyone about Buzz Bingo.
Oh, Buzz Bingo, yeah.
It's not a person, that, by the way.
No, it's party bingo. It's like 600-700 lunatic women on Empire. You'd hate it.
Leave it.
All pissed up. End parties, divorce parties. We get birthday parties. And it's basically you call out bingo, and every number's got a song. They're all up on their feet singing, and then they win crap prizes and like a wheelie bin. You get up. That's one prize. Somebody's going home, carting out the venue, a wheelie bin. Usually with their mate in it, saying it saves getting an Uber.
So it's the same thing, isn't it? Same smell. And so, is that what you do? I do
a bit of that, yeah. And then I do a lot of extra work as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I did the extra work.
What, for TV and films?
Yeah.
And what films you been in?
Well, I did a film. It's not been released yet, so I can't say too much about it. But George Clooney was directing it. Oh. And what a nice bloke.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm in this like Hootsville 1930s, the Big Bang huts and everything. So they've just cut up my clothes and just rolled me in some shit in the car park. Yeah. And then you go, right.
It's like going to see Villa.
Yeah, exactly that. And then you just poke this fire in a big van, poke the flames. And he came through and hello. And he went, yo, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, it's great. I'm great, thank you, Mr. Clooney. He said, I don't know, you come to work. He said, dress you in rags.
Is he from Warsaw?
Yeah, just outside, Aldridge.
Yeah.
Bit posher than Warsaw. And he's going, and look, rags, he's going, dress you in rags, cover you in crap. He's going, and I just went, they said I could wear my own clothes. And he just was like,
oh, yeah.
He's like that.
He didn't laugh.
Yeah. No, he was just like, Yeah, nice one. Fist pumped me and walked off. Never spoke to me again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good.
We were like that when we were judging you in the audition, actually. So, are you going to take it up? Where are you going for holiday this year?
I've not been yet.
Where do you fancy?
Well, being from the Black Country, everybody in the Black Country, the sun comes out, first thing you do, get on the M5, you get down to Weston-super-Mare. You know, Bream. Have you been to Bream? Oh,
No.
No, you don't want to, Jim. Weston-super-Mare. So I went down last weekend with the other half, and we were walking just down through the town. I couldn't believe it. I saw my old biology teacher.
Really?
Biology teacher that I've not seen since I left school. And I looked at him and he looked at me and he went, "It's goody, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What are you doing now?" I said, "I'm going to Greg's for a sausage roll." And I had to get away from him quick because I'll never forget his biology lesson, the sex education. You know, it's haunted me for years, Jim.
Why?
Well, he said, today, he said, "I'm going to show you how to fit a condom." Now, some of you may be wondering why there's a banana on my desk. He said, "It's because I can't get an erection on an empty stomach." I never got over it, Jim.
That's only me and Davro got that. It's only me. Everyone, I thought, where's this going? That's a
I'm just remembering why I
That's
stopped doing comedy. But yeah, so yeah, I haven't been on my actual proper holidays. Like the last holiday I did go on was I went to New York for 5 days.
And?
I went to an open mic night. Yeah, it was an autopsy, and there's another one. So I'm in New York, and I'm staying at the poshest hotel, Jim, that I've ever stayed in. And I'm in the restaurant. I tell you, this is how posh it was. In the restaurant, they had a waiter for everything. So they had a water waiter, he gave you water, and then the bread waiter, he gave you bread. And I told the head waiter to piss off. And
did he have a banana with him?
No, he didn't, Jim. He didn't. So yeah, it's good stuff. And
I tell you what, they're really clever gags that you come out with.
It's just what I like.
No, they are really good. That gag with the banana, I thought, where is this going? I can't get an erection until I eat a banana.
Yeah,
I keep thinking of that because I just had a banana. I said, shall I have a glass of wine or a banana? Lee Good, well done, Lee. We look forward to seeing you on Ustream's Laughter Class. Lee Good, ladies and gentlemen, how about that?
Thanks for having me, Jim. Thank you.
The great thing about us being able to find some comedians and give them, not a leg up, but just let you people out there see what is going on. Let's see what's going on. Well, let's go to Vicky now and see what is going on. Vicky, have we any news about any donations? Have we found the Just Giving page or whatever?
Thank you so much for asking me to do that when I am desperately trying to follow comments on this, and you know how terrible I am with technology. But we had, in the first 10 minutes, £62 of donations, which I think is brilliant, really. Thank you so much, because yeah, in the first few minutes. But comments are still coming in, Jim. Some lovely comments for you there, Lee, as well, and lots of Black Country fans. And it's nice to have someone from the Black Country on, because I have my accent ripped apart on a daily basis, including by Bobby Davro today, who was going, "We're going live. We're going live. We're going live in 5. We're going live in 5. But Alan has written in and said, "I'm putting on a posh accent tonight." So is this a posh accent? Because if this is posh, then I apologise. Anyway, but everyone's loving it. Sorry, I've just read. Vicky can have it. I'm sorry, Andy, and your big bees.
Vicky
but you
can
won't.
have what? Someone wants to introduce the ferret.
Oh.
Good heavens. Okay, well, Vicky, keep
Sorry,
them coming.
I'm
That's
sorry.
probably not the right thing to say, keep them coming. Has there been any other rude ones?
A few. But that one just was in capital letters, so that one just stood out.
Oh, we really meant it then if it's capital
Well,
letters.
there we go.
Keep them coming in. Vicky, don't forget, we've got to read their names out. These people are going to trouble to do this, so we've got to add the name. Pick a couple of names out and then I'll introduce you to our next guest.
Okay,
my
Kevin
best mate.
Bryan, comedy as it should be. There you go. Thank you, Kevin.
Comedy as it should be. Interesting one, that. Let's speak to our next guest about this, who does everything. He does everything, and he's just hot foot from Guildford, where he's been in a traffic jam, driving around that one-way system that was designed by Stevie Wonder, finally disappearing up his own catalytic converter. Yes, it's from the award-winning Left, Right and Centre, Miles Crawford. How are you, boy?
Very good. Very
to see
good
you.
indeed. Great to see you, Jim.
Yeah, when they talked about the Black Country, I thought, oh, I think they're going to put a comment in that. Right,
You're
okay.
catching a bit of colour yourself here, Jim.
No, I've got pink. I'm going
Yeah,
pink. This brings out the gammon in me.
Yeah, so
This,
you are actually coloured.
I am.
You are.
I am. Who said that? I think Muhammad Ali said that. He said, you call us people coloured, you got red skin,
Yeah.
grey hair,
Yeah.
blue eyes. You call me coloured. Yeah, excellent. Well, thank God all those bloody days are gone.
Yeah.
So how's life?
Do you know what? It's not too bad. I had a bit of a scare last year, as you know.
Yes.
But, you know...
Tell everyone, why not?
Shall I?
Yeah.
Well, I had a heart attack. I had a heart attack last year. It came out of nowhere. Not only one, I had 4 heart attacks.
You've always been a greedy bastard,
Yeah, I was hogging them all. And the big one got me like 4 o'clock in the morning. And my now wife,
Yes.
Sarah, if it wasn't for her, in all honesty, Jim, I would not be here. I would not be here. And I've got to give a big round of applause, a big up to the NHS services,
Yep.
who they were just fantastic.
Were they?
They really were. And
You must have got lucky.
yeah, I think I did. Saw all the rest of them. It all happened for me, which was good.
So what did they do? They put a stent in or what?
Well, yeah. Well, I had to have two procedures. So first of all, I had a bubble put in or something like that.
Opens up.
Yep, opens up, and then I had to have a full infusion, and then I had a stent put in. So I was in there for about 10 days, with loads of.
How much wine did they drain out of
Well,
you?
what it was.
Do you know what?
They said they.
Do you know what? Do you know when people that get a nickname, they call him the fridge?
Yeah.
Why? Because he's so cool. No, because he empties them.
Do you know what? I'm not a drinker at all, Jim. I'm not a drinker. But what it is, it was funny
Around
because
Ainsley for too long.
they were going through the charts and they said to me, how many units of wine do you drink? How many units of wine? So
And you
I
lied.
said 4. For a week.
In Jamaica, a unit is a crate.
We love drinking Jamaica.
That's
Oh,
right.
yes, my friend.
But you're okay now.
I'm okay now. I'm being monitored by the doctors.
Yeah.
I'm on rehabilitation
Do you have
at
to
the
watch
moment.
what you eat?
I have to watch what I eat. I've changed my eating habits.
It's strange because I
Drinking
saw you
habits.
the other evening with a great big burger that you had to be a white shark to open your mouth that wide to eat the thing. It's like a fucking
Yeah.
block of flats.
Well-
And with a large brandy and Coke.
Yeah.
So it's all working well.
It is. So what it is, because I've not binged for a while, I just do it all in one place at one time.
So you super binge.
Absolutely.
Good.
It's wonderful.
And how are you still married?
Still married.
Your wedding was great.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
I did.
You were an absolute star.
I was.
My brother. Do you remember my brother, the Jamaican big beard?
He looked like a beard.
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
He looked. Yeah. He's got a big white beard.
Yeah.
He-
I was.
an alternative Santa.
Yeah. Me and Sarah, we were worried because of all my brothers, because my 3 elder brothers.
He was very Jamaican, isn't he?
Yes, they were all born in Jamaica, right? And my eldest brother, Graham.
Graham.
Yeah. What were you waiting on? Do you remember? Anyway, my eldest brother, Graham, had a problem with mixed relationships.
What do you mean? Men and women shouldn't marry?
Absolutely. So
you mean black
we were
and white
worried.
people?
Black and white, yeah.
Did
So
you have to do that now? Or you can't get a TV commercial.
it's crazy, yeah, absolutely. Since we've been married,
Did
I've
you
had
seriously?
commercials,
Did you-
films, loads of castings. I'm on here.
You can buy this sofa now.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
every advert. Did he really have a problem with you marrying a white girl?
He's had a problem with that for years.
Why?
Until he met
He's just
Sarah.
over proud.
It's a Jamaican thing. You shouldn't mix. You should marry your own. You know, that kind of thing. Loads of
Well, that's not racist,
religions
that's
have it.
tradition, isn't it?
It's
Is
tradition,
it?
it
Yeah.
is, but it's like in this day and age. I mean, there were 4 of us born over here. We grew up British, so our outlook is totally different from that.
Is it really?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we grew up in mixed schools, eclectic area. So you didn't see colour. You didn't see colour at all. We were colourblind.
Yeah.
You know. But they carried on these traditions. No, man. I mean, I like the way you're walking with that girl, man. Yeah?
You don't hear them accents no more.
You don't.
I watched Desmond's the other night. I was
Yeah.
flicking through and Desmond's, I'm
It's
not
on
talking
Netflix
right
now.
down there.
You do the accent really well, actually.
No, I do a cartoon accent.
You
It's a
do the
ridiculous accent. But your brother, he warmed to me. I
He
got
did.
On, I got on
we
really
were
well
like,
with
we
him.
were like.
I don't know what he was smoking, but he
quick.
took to me.
We're like, look, Graham's talking to Jim.
Oh, no.
Graham's talking to Jim.
Yeah.
Everyone, but you know, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, but the wedding.
I thought we were mates.
Yeah, sorry.
a
The
bit of
wedding
smoke.
was very. It had a wide range of different sorts of people because we travel in different sorts of circles, and there were yourself and Ainsley Harriott. You know,
Ainsley
there
was
too.
lovely. First time I met Ainsley.
I didn't realise that.
No, I'd never
thought
met
you
him
two
before.
Knew each other for ages.
No, I didn't know you was a mate of Junior Simpson either.
Yeah,
Yeah, Junior, great comic.
I got Junior started in comedy.
Really?
Years ago.
I think
yeah.
I finished him in comedy. He's not been well, has he?
No, he's not well. He had a stroke. See, I count myself lucky, Jim, because Junior had a stroke and it's
Caused by a
affected
heart
one
attack.
side.
Sometimes you can, for Freddie
Yeah.
Viggers, my mate General Viggers, he had a valve go in his heart. And I don't know the medical term, but it did a phallop, all the through up there, and it caused a bleed on the brain, and that was it. So he's
Just missed his brain.
Oh.
Got his left side or one of his sides, so he can't. But he's still out there. He's still
lovely
doing
man.
it. Great guy.
Junior Simpson,
Great guy. Good heart.
a lovely man. So
Yeah.
the thing I remember about your wedding, there was a few funny white people there, but a lot of obviously a lot of black people, and the white people looked so dull. we're trying to sort of be. Here we are,
Yeah.
isn't it lovely? And them all bursting out the cars and
Yeah,
doing
man,
everything.
that's it.
There's
It's a
one
big
guy,
celebration.
I think he was a cousin or something. I went to school with you.
All right.
He turned up in this real flash car, and he parked where you shouldn't park on the grass and done the daffodils in.
Yeah,
and he got out. He looked absolutely immaculate and about 14 foot tall.
Yeah, that's
in
it,
a
yeah.
suit with this most beautiful black woman, and he walked straight up to me and went, "I'm glad you are here. I've been a fan a long time." I thought, "Oh, fuck."
That's Tyrone, that is.
That was
Tyrone.
him?
Yeah.
It was what a wedding.
Yeah,
It was
very
great.
cool. He's very cool, Ty.
He was very
It's
cool.
funny,
I called
yeah.
him Shaft.
Yeah, he's very, very cool. But we just watched how everyone warmed to you. But we were a bit worried. We were a bit worried just because of media, you know, what they've seen in the media over the past. But we knew once they meet him,
Yeah.
it'll all be good. It'll be all good.
But here's the thing. I believe, and you know me, we're mates. I believe it is so important for your brother to have values. And I believe if that's his values, I don't think that's racist at all. That's just tradition. And it's easy to point the finger. If we're all the same, how fucking dull would your wedding have been? It was just great.
Yeah, it was
because
nice.
of the
We were very lucky.
We've got to embrace the differences.
Yeah, we
Take the
do.
piss.
Yeah.
Yes. But embrace. I thought
Yeah.
it was fucking great.
Did you have some of the rum punch?
I did. No. I drank about 4. I thought this ain't very strong because there was a non-rum one.
That's right.
I had just the fucking
Yeah,
punch. I
that's
just
it.
had the punch.
No, you see, because what we did, you have this Jamaican rum punch. It's great. Like you drink it, and nothing happens, but it's highly toxic, right? So you drink one, you think, oh, that's really nice. I'm gonna have another one, right? So you drink another one, oh. But by the time it was about an hour we had,
That's it.
on the back lawn. By that time they went in for dinner, everyone was pissed.
They were.
It was fantastic, which made for a good dinner, you know.
It
And we
was.
mixed the food. We gave everyone a little bit of everything,
was
you know.
good.
It was nice, and thank you for coming. Actually, thank you. Because a lot of people say, "Yeah, we'll come along," but you did, and so thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed.
Hey, listen, that was Leon. I saw you watching him earlier. One of the guys that we'll all be
Yeah.
taking under our wing.
He's very good.
Well, yeah, he's great. He reminds me of a Peaky Blinder. You know,
Yeah.
the Peaky, he's got the cap and everything like that. And I was thinking, and you and I spoke about this with Gary Bushell.
Yeah.
That this is a guy that used to be in a double act, that used to do this and wants to get into the comedy. And you work with comedians all the time.
Yeah.
You're the best compere come MC that I've ever seen. And so you know that what potential that people have. And I think these guys are great. Are you looking forward to this?
Do you know what I am? I'm not just saying it, I'm very excited because you've got a little bit of everything. Everyone has got their own unique style.
Yeah.
You know, Lee was very good. Because he's one of those ones that comes on, and you think, what's he going to do? You can't predict it.
No.
But then he takes you down a different road, hits you with a punchline. You think, very good.
Do you like that banana joke?
The banana joke was brilliant. It was
quite like
brilliant.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm very
Wait till he
excited.
goes home,
Very
I'm going to
excited.
write that down.
Yeah, there's a whole stream of different acts, male, female, you know, from all sorts of different backgrounds, different looks, different sizes. Hopefully they will use their attributes in their set.
Good.
You know, so we'll see, but I think it's a great idea.
And well done you for getting the award for the left, right and centre.
Yeah.
I love that programme and you're
yeah.
great on that.
Brilliant concept, that.
Good.
You know, and again, what I like about that is the first panel show that have mixed mainstream, what they call mainstream and alternative. It's the first one.
Yeah.
It's never been done. Usually it's all alternative comedians.
And I
or-
said to one of the alternative guys,
Excellent.
he said, oh, it's a lovely programme, but it's very difficult to get a word in when Bobby Davro's gobbing off. Miles Crawford. See you, brother. Vicky, what have we got? Vicky, what have we got?
Hello. Well, our donations are now at £119, so thank you so much.
Marvellous.
That's good, isn't it? There's still tons of comments loving you, Jim, which I know you'll want to hear because that's how we live. Jason Hall, Jim is a legend. I grew up watching you. You always make me laugh. Oh, Terry Fielder, what is the donation number? It's if you text donate to 66777. That's right, isn't it?
Donate to 66777, and the money goes to the Ustream Charity Fund. And all the stuff that's raised tonight will be going to Care After Combat, that look after veterans in the criminal justice system. I thought this would be the thing to do on the anniversary of the Falklands War, where we like to remember that. Certain people like to remember that. I haven't seen anything on mainstream news. I mean, we don't want to talk too much about what's going on in the news. We have to say goodbye to Glenda Jackson today, who sadly passed away. Glenda was a brilliant actress, and then gave up her career to follow a path in politics. She was a big Labour lover and a great MP. And she's joined by one of my favourites who passed away today, Gordon McQueen, who was Scotland's centre half, who was an absolutely fantastic man. I met him a few times via my family, my Scottish family. And he was always... He was a bit of a hero for me, and I met him once and he said, "Are you Jim?" I said, "Yeah, I am." So it's great. Okay, let's move on. Vicky, keep writing them down, pick out all the best ones as we introduce to you another guy from the laughter class, will you please? He's a great friend of mine and his name is on my lips at all. Here we are. His name is Bernard Jenkins. Oh no, you're not Bernard Jenkins, are you?
No, I'm not, no. I ain't.
Ralph Harris. No, you're not.
No, that's not me either.
Looks a little, can you tell who he is? Yeah, Joe Pollard, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Pollard.
Oi, my lovers!
Joe, so we met when you did the audition the other day, the same as Lee.
We did indeed, the Gaiety down at Southsea, Jim.
That's it, yeah.
It didn't quite have all the glitz and glamour of this lovely pleather settee. I'm loving the pleather settee.
It is pleather, yeah.
I'm sliding down it though like that. I can't get me little bum to grip on it. I just keep slipping down like that.
You are quite slight, aren't you, really?
I know. I got the body of a roast chicken, Jim.
Is that what you have?
Yeah, I have. I got the body of a roast chicken. You were talking about roast chickens earlier. Just pop them in the oven. I wouldn't even take an hour. I'd take about 10 minutes.
That's it. Yeah, you're a little tandoori chicken.
Yeah, that's the one. A kebab skewer.
Joe, you've been around for a while. You're a great. You're only a young man. How old are you, Joe?
I'm 27. 27.
27.
Yeah.
27
Are
years
you?
of age. And how long you been in the business? They call it the industry.
The business that we call show. I've been in the show business since I was about 16 years old. I went and watched Jerry Cottle's Circus.
Oh, I love Jerry Cottle.
The
He was
magic,
a good old mate of mine.
The Magic Circus down in Plymouth. I don't know, you've been down to Plymouth, haven't you? It's like a holding pen for the Jeremy Kyle show, isn't it, down in Plymouth?
Is that what it is?
Yeah. And
He said that, not me.
Yeah, I'm allowed to say, and I actually know 2 families that have been on the Jeremy Kyle show as well. Yeah, they did like a lie detector test. But yeah, so down in Plymouth he came. And
well, you can't have, the councillors are councillors.
Yeah, the councillors. And so I went down there, and I went into Jerry Cottle's little, his little shack.
Yes.
And I said, look, I'll do anything. I just want to help out. I want to be part of the business because I saw.
Shovel up that elephant shit then.
Exactly what he said. Exactly what he said. I was in the ring the next day sweeping up after the show.
Seriously?
So, yeah. Yeah.
That's how you started.
And that's how I started.
And it went downhill from there. And you're now here on Livestream.
and now I'm here on Livestream TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
So what are you're not. How do you describe yourself apart from being a roast chicken? A comedian? You do. Magic.
I do a little bit of magic as well. I do sort of like sideshow magic, I do sort of oddity tricks and stuff to go along with my comedy because I feel like it's a real dying art, that kind of like variety and sort of like sideshowy type thing.
Yeah.
So I kind of weave that in with my comedy.
Sideshow? How do you mean sideshow? Like in a circus?
Yeah.
In a booth?
Yeah, like that kind of thing, like the oddities. So I do tricks where I like swallow razor blades, and I do one with a bear trap magic.
You swallow a bear trap?
Yeah. No, I don't swallow the bear
no.
trap. No. I put my hand in it and pull out, cards and things. And I'm one of the only people that do the bullet catch. Still.
No.
Yeah, I do the bullet catch. You can look at that on YouTube. If you type in Joe Pollard bullet catch, it comes up.
There you go, folks. Joe Pollard's bullet catch. What? Someone shot you from the audience and you caught it?
Yeah, I get a little. Yeah, it was a bad gig, Jim. It was a bad gig.
Yes, I played Liverpool as well.
Yeah. And so I get a little sort of mini cannon set up, and they sign the bullet and shoot it, and I catch it in my mouth. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Who perfected that years ago?
Houdini did it. He did the trick.
Were you a fan of Harry Houdini?
Yeah, I was. But it was actually popularised by a guy called Jean-Robert Houdin. And he was the guy who originally came up with the bullet catch trick. And it actually stopped a war, believe it or not, that trick. There was 2 war infractions. And he did a magic show, and it stopped the war because everyone was so impressed with the magic show that they stopped fighting each other. Well,
that's interesting how show business can do that because I've always been entertaining the troops around the world. I'm sure you've done the same. Bobby Davro caused a war. He'll bear me out. In fact, Bobby, come back. But let's get Bobby. Come on, just stroll on. It's okay. It's live. Stroll on.
Still with the same glass of wine.
Oh my God, it's Bobby Davro. How you doing?
You great. He reminds me of a slightly older joke. It's Scully, right? A bit toast to Scully, right?
Well, we all love Squeaky.
Squeaky boy.
I get it all the time. I'm the love child of Joe Pasquale and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire. Do you Mrs. Doubtfire?
Let me hold that wine for you.
Yeah, hold it for you. Let me swill my mouth out with it. You do a great Mrs. Doubtfire.
I do, but see, Bobby's the impressionist. It's one of the only impressions I can do is Mrs. Doubtfire. I go, oh, hello, dears. I'm a hip-hop, bebop, don't stop till you drop, granny dear. And I can make a wicked cup of cuckoo.
That is fantastic, isn't that fantastic? And a young Rolf Harris.
Bobby went to war. In the Second Gulf War, right? The Gulf War, the Encore.
Yeah.
Right, 93?
No, I think it was 93, yeah. Just after, the war was still going on,
Well, out in the Oman, a brigade were training, ready to go into battle, and Bobby and Steps. And who else was it?
Yeah, it was
Jerry
Steps
Halliwell.
and
Jerry Halliwell.
Ginger
Mrs.
Minch,
Formula
whatever her
One.
name was.
It went on. So Bobby walked on stage, 8,000 troops there in the boiling hot. And he walked on and got some wine and champagne because they weren't allowed to drink and sprayed it all over him. Within 10 minutes, him and Steps were covered in cans.
They canned us.
They canned you off.
Canned me off. It was great. And I met a couple of SBS boys down there, and they took me. I loved it. When I went down and did a grip and grin on a submarine, a nuclear submarine, and it was fascinating. And I was walking around, grip and grin, hello, you Matlocks, and a couple of SBS boys. They said, if you go down there, we'll take you scuba diving, which I'd never done. I've always wanted to go scuba diving. And I walked into the ops room, and the captain's there, and all of a sudden, they were still letting off the missiles. And all of a sudden I've walked in, hello, I'm Bobby Darrow, like that, and they all covered the maps up. And a great big hand came out and grabbed me and pulled me out. And we went out scuba diving. It was one of the greatest experiences, and I learned something great about scuba diving. I said to them, why do you always fall backwards? Do you know why they always fall backwards into the sea off the boat? Because if they fell forward, they'd still be in the fucking boat, wouldn't they? And I learned that.
My dad does scuba diving, you know.
Does he?
Yeah, you should get in contact with him.
Yes.
He'll take you scuba diving.
Does he go after the muff?
Well, only me mum.
Bobby, how long you been in the business now?
God, I've been in the business 45 years.
Feathers up my ass.
Feathers up my arse.
Isn't that right,
Daddy,
Jack?
where's Jonty?
Jack?
I love Daddy LaRue, he
Jonty.
was fantastic.
Jack is back and he's got 4 legs. What advice have you got for young children?
My advice would just keep going. I think like you, when we talked about it earlier, about finding your own identity. It's very difficult finding an identity. It's great modelling. It's called modelling. You look at people and you admire. And I can say this in front of the General here. I love this guy. I think he's probably one of the greatest comics we've ever had in this
finish all this.
And basically, you've got to look to what you want to achieve. Find a goal. It's very important to find a goal. A bit like Wolverhampton Wanderers, isn't it? And it's finding your own identity and having something to strive for. If you haven't got a goal, you're sort of lost in the world.
What about a personal thing to rub in? Because, listen, young fella, we've been around a while. We've been up and down like brides' nighties, the pair of us. Personally, is to keep it separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
I would exactly say that.
Don't let it go to your head. It does go to your head.
Work to live, don't live to work.
Yeah, and don't marry anyone that's not in the business.
Yeah. He can tell you that 5 times. With the first time I ever met his future ex-wife. Number 5, come in, number 5. And you came up and said, this is Michelle, she's my 5th wife. And I said, she wouldn't be my first choice either. And you laughed, and she didn't laugh. And it was lovely. I did the speech for you. And the wedding's great. And I always think that, because you know what happened a few months ago when I lost Vic, and it's a bit different to, a marriage, a wedding is different to a funeral, because at a funeral you don't have to take a present.
You don't?
No, you don't have to take
You don't have to have pictures taken either, do you?
No.
And the women look much better in black.
Of course they do.
With the
which
webbing.
reminds me, actually I've got to go and visit my ex-wife's funeral, grave tomorrow. Yeah. She's not dead, she thinks I'm digging a fish pond. Let's stick some gags into her end, for Christ's sake. When I married her, she had big tits and long legs. Now she's got long tits and big legs. She might be watching this.
I tell you what Jim should do. He should take all of the used wedding rings and reseal them in a packet of hula hoops.
I like that.
You know,
I love that.
There'll be more rings in there than the actual Walker's packet of crisps. There's mainly air in it. You get in a Walker's packet of crisps now.
Cheese and onion?
There's nothing in it. There's nothing to it.
Cheese and onion?
You know?
I ain't got it on yet.
I knew that joke was coming.
I know it was coming.
It's the condom jokes. You know,
They're
you've
the
got to know, he knows more jokes than
I
me.
don't wear them. I won't
They
wear
do
them.
these new luminous condoms
they?
now. Do they really? Yeah. Oh, go on. Stick it on and I'll leap in and jump on it. Yeah? Well, that must have been a laugh. Well, it was, yeah. I put it on the bedpost. Did I do that wrong?
I bought some for Vicky once, and actually, I'd love to see her face light up. That was the other one.
Oh, for heaven's
Dreadful,
sake.
innit?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed tonight with some of the great comedians from the past, from the present, and from the future.
From the future.
From the future to
wish
these
you
guys. The comedy will always be here. Let's go the last moment to Vicky and see what's going on. A couple of comments and let's see how much we raise. And don't forget, this will stay open. You can keep donating to 666 777. Text donate. 666 777. Vicky, what have you got to say goodbye?
Well, I think Carol Noyce has had as much to drink as Bobby and Miles, because she's written, Jimmy's looking more gorgeous and handsome than I've ever seen him. So that will keep him going, Carol. Pardon? Oh no. Mike Pony's asked, can you do this every week because I'm in stitches? No, Mike. No. Is the answer. No. But it's been great. We've raised £163. So thank you, everyone. Because that wasn't what it was about, was it? But that's thank you.
£163 better than £162. Vicky, thank you very much. You can relax now and go and wash your knickers.
Oh!
No, isn't she? I wonder why she had dandruff on her shoes. I know. Okay, she's getting plenty. Don't you worry. Right, here we go. Thanks to everyone for watching. We just wanted to let you know what happens on Ustream. We do lots of shows like this. We're not just a streaming channel like some of the big boys. We all love Netflix and Prime. What we try and do is try and give you something that you can't see anywhere else. With Bobby and me, Jimmy Jones, dear old Jethro, Chubby Brown. If that's the type of thing you like, and you're a bit fed up with wokeness, come and join the Ustream family and we'll look after you. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your generous donations. Take care, love one another, and one day we'll all get the country that we deserve.